Thank you so much. So I'm Elizabeth Scallon. I'm the Associate Director of CoMotion Labs and CoMotion Makerspaces at the University of Washington. Yes. I'm going to talk about kind of the opportunity of VR. So I'm going to kind of take it, not necessarily talking about one company, but talk about the landscape in general. So right now, when we use technology, we do these things, or we awkwardly work with our friends and then just look at our phones, or maybe if we're lucky, we're at this conference room in maybe Barcelona, if we're lucky globally, and then we're looking at screens again. But hey, maybe if you're fancy, you have one of those treadmills, or maybe you're laying on your back, or maybe you have a command center because you work for NASA, right? And maybe if you're specialized, you work in a hospital, and maybe, you know, at UW, we have one of these. This isn't actually a picture of UW, but let's pretend that you're in one of these really fancy, you know, Grey's Anatomy type labs where it's really important, where the doctor's working on you and looking at the screen, working on you and the screen, right? And then maybe you're manufacturing where you do prototyping and you're walking around and you have this really important prototype that you've just, you have to wear a gas mask, but then you work with like a 1980s computer and you're trying to do that. Or maybe you're like hanging out in this room, trying to talk to your other partner in another room about a design element, right? But neither of you are even on the same page or looking at the same screen. So this is where VR kind of comes in, right? Imagine a world without screens. It's kind of wild, right? So if you don't have to sit like this, and we don't have $1 billion or whatever the ergonomics industry is making off of us from having broken bones and having all these weird reactions of going like this now, how would you interact with technology? How would this actually look for you? And so, would you actually use space? Would we engage more? Would we, there's one of an example of someone that started using VR for daily activities, started losing 30 pounds in like 3 months or something, just because it's, again, activating our bodies. So if you don't have to stay stagnant or stopped, you can actually start expressing yourselves in different movements. And so then we can really engage in the arts of how we engage. So again, we can actually use technology in new ways. So VR, it's transformative. It's not iterative. It's actually going to change how we work. You might not ever go to a desk again. We may never have desks again. We don't need them, right? It's immersive. So again, it's not I'm in my cubicle and you're in your cubicle, or I'm trying to deal with some really crazy chemical and I'm in a gas mask. I can actually be immersed with what I'm doing with the technology when I need it. So, and it's something that we don't even know what it is yet. Ryan Boudinot, he is in CoMotion Labs, and he equated the new AR, VR film to how people back in the day, when they were looking at theater and they just created the video camera, that they would actually videotape theater. And can you imagine if that's what movies were? But movies have, again, transformed theater and created something new. Well, we are at that spot right now where we're going to be creating something new. Right now, some VR experiences look like a 2D world movie, but they won't much longer. So again, where's the industry today? This is that technology cycle that people talk about a lot. And so a lot of people say that the AR, VR movement right now is somewhere here. But guess what? We've already spent, 50 years from here to here. Tom Furness at UW and others, brought us up to this point. And so now this is you. This is your guys' opportunity to take it from here to the plateau productivity and beyond. So I got 1 minute. VR landscape, it's full. Lots of people are jumping in. Big names, HTC, we love them. They're all over this, right? And then CoMotion Labs, hey, we have 3 spaces. We love startups. Series A, or pre-seed to Series A is kind of our sweet spot. We have over 80 different companies, represented in our 3 spaces. We have 19 VR startups in our spaces, ranging from entertainment, gaming, education, real estate, medical, and art as well. Because imagine, no more 2D art. What if you can actually experience an artwork? Scobot in Seattle is really leading this charge of what the new art medium is, and how can you feel a painting. So lots of different things. Before I take questions, my team is awesome. I love them all. This is all of them except, and then there's a whole bunch of more people at CoMotion, but this is specifically my team at CoMotion Labs. So thank you. And yes, do you guys, yeah. So questions real fast?
Can you work on alternative HMDs like a modular unit, kind of something you would not have clutter in your face affecting your environment?
Yeah, so I actually believe the future that we'll have sensors in the light bulbs or in our buildings. So when you walk in, it will actually just be activated. So it's called ambient energy. And so I think that ambient energy for sensoring will finally take place. And once that's happened, that you actually won't need devices. It's just manipulating the ambient energy into the surroundings and making it work for how you need it to be. I know that sounds kind of far off, but I really do believe that's in like the next 15 years, is that then the images as you need, you can rearrange the energy to give you what that will be. Any other questions? So good, I like that. So, we do have some people working on that, right? So if you can actually put a sensor in, then could you just open up?
Repeat the question.
Oh, sorry. When do we get the neural implants? I think they are happening, right? So what we're doing is hacking the brain, hacking your body. So I think in the next 15 years, we'll see a lot more of that possibility that you will be transformed as well. So I see that happening for the human race.
One more question.
It's exciting. You guys want to jump in, or do you like this? Yay? Okay. Ooh. What do I need? I need just people to just jump in and play. I think that we're at ground zero, and Seattle can own this entire industry, from gaming to film to healthcare. So I think that Seattle has that mindset of inclusivity. We have the resources. We're open to collaborating. So I think just jump in and partake, because without your voice, we will not have a successful ecosystem here, and it needs everybody. If you don't know what you're doing, that's okay. There's a million great meetup groups, Seattle AR, VR meetup, 6R, just a whole slew of really great resources. Take advantage of them, show up, and get engaged, because the future is in AR, VR, and please partake and have a voice in that. Thank you.